Ladies and gentlemen, look below in the description section. Just hit description for this segment or any one of the segments I do on H.A. Goodman, and also any one of the segments I do in the stock market crash channel and the Bitcoin crash to 10,000 or lower channel, and everything I said regarding that is taking place. Bitcoin, unfortunately, is now at 24,000, and it's going to get to below 10,000. So hit subscribe to that channel, the stock market crash channel, hit subscribe to, and subscribe here on H.A. Goodman. Go to the description section. In every one of my segments, I put below in the description section, September 9th, 2021. I made a prediction. I said stock market crash ready to bankrupt banks, hedge funds, as margin trading at all-time highs. Now, that was September 9th, 2021. I called the market crash in September. On September 16th, 2021, I did a segment on the stock market crash channel. Stock market crash imminent as inflation, CPI, PPI rise, margin debt hits record confidence low. Then, on September 20th, 2021, I said Bitcoin crash certain as U.S. stock market crash caused by Evergrande's default unfolding. I said Bitcoin would crash in late September. Now, the catalyst for all of this taking place is more than just, Evergrande in China, and it's more than just consumer confidence. It's more than just inflation. It's more than just margin debt. We're heading into a recession with oil prices over $120 per barrel, with rising interest rates. The market, as I'm doing this right now, I'm doing this segment before the market opens, but the Bitcoin's gone down, is down $2,135 at $24,419. Dow futures down 608 points. Okay, NASDAQ futures down 353 points. S&P 500 futures down 118 points. The stock market is crashing, and whether today is cataclysmic, a 2,000 to 4,000 point drop, or the market coincidentally or miraculously, because you can never time exactly when it's going to take place, it's very possible that, the opposite of what I'm saying could take place today. But if Dow futures are down 608 points, S&P futures are down 118, NASDAQ futures are down 353, everyone this weekend has been talking about a recession. And who told you this? The only reason I harp on that, ladies and gentlemen, is not to pat myself on the back. I'm not trying to just pat myself on the back. You're watching this channel for a reason. The best thing you could do if you enjoy my work is not just if you want to, support my work via Patreon. The Patreon is below in the description section to my new Patreons. Thank you. But tell people, tell your friends, tell anyone who, when you talk about the economy or the stock market or the recession, the economic situation this country faces, just tell them, hey, look, I watched this channel, H.A. Goodman. He was right. In October of 2021, I was published in the Federalist, explaining exactly why the stock market would crash. It's because of the policies of the Democratic Party. And I explained that. Now, you might say, well, you spent 4 minutes talking about yourself. Why are you doing this? I understand it's annoying to some people, but there's a method to the madness. The reason I'm bringing this up is I want you to ask how many people talked about this in politics, especially how many left-leaning YouTubers or, progressive or Democrat or liberal, morally superior liberal Democrats talked about this. These are the same people who pontificate and preach and give these sermons about working class people and wealth inequality and systemic injustices and economic issues that, exacerbate poverty and socioeconomic and societal strife and inflation is at 8 to 9%. Even AOC won't refuse to endorse Joe Biden. So you have a situation where inflation, just yesterday, AOC refused to endorse Biden. There's a reason for that. Democratic Party's imploding from the weight of its own incompetence. They have the House, the Senate, the executive, pretty much all of media, from Jimmy Kimmel to the Washington Post, New York Times, CNN, Rolling Stone, Vanity Fair, Esquire, New York Magazine, New Yorker, Los Angeles Times, and they all say the same thing. Trump, bad, mean, oh my God, he's so horrible. Focus on that one terrible day that I condemn, ignore an entire summer. And we're going to see the same type of duplicity and disingenuous coverage of what's taking place now. They're going to ignore all the failed decisions from Democrats. Build Back Better was a catastrophe. Joe Biden came into the office of the presidency wanting to save the planet and implement an infrastructure bill. Nobody ever said, gosh, our economy isn't working because our infrastructure is failing us. That never happened. Infrastructure was the last thing we needed to focus on. Yeah, sure, it's important, but it's not like your primary goal should be to end the use of fossil fuels and focus on infrastructure, which is what Build Back Better was about. In all the major surveys or estimates pertaining to Build Back Better said it would shrink the economy eventually. So Democrats came in with an economic plan and a political and economic package to actually shrink the economy. At the end of the day, that's what it was all about, ultimately. And they said, oh, well, you're going to get so many green jobs. It's like, well, you came in making it more difficult to extract fossil fuels under the premise that you're going to save the planet and move the country forward. After you pushed to end economic activity in Trump's final year, which was the Democratic Party was the driving force behind that. And I wrote about that in the Federalist in October of 2021. And I said, you cannot, the greatest economic sin in recent memory, and it's something that I don't think any country in the history of the world ever did willingly, was completely end economic activity, give people like Andrew Cuomo an Emmy, and then say, oh, well, you know what? After we're done, because bureaucrats and unelected officials and experts and the smartest people in the room and multinational organizations and non-governmental organizations said, you should do this, America. And Democrats and media, in their usual apoplectic and, basically hysterical manner, if you didn't listen to them, oh my God, lives were at stake. And now how many lives are being upended 2 years after lives were upended economically? Now what's going to happen now? Democrats pushed to end the economy, then they tried to turn it back on like a light switch, and commodity prices are now through the roof. Oil is at $120 per barrel. We have food shortages. We have shortages of a lot of different things. I won't even bring up some of the shortages that we're having now. And this is the United States of America, the greatest economy and the most powerful country in the world. And inflation is now at 8 to 9%. And when Democrats say, well, it's a global thing and it's because of the geopolitical crisis, these things, inflation was creeping up, actually skyrocketing before the terrible geopolitical nightmare in Europe taking place while Democrats are in office. This economic issue is the fault directly of the Democratic Party. You can't blame Trump for this. You cannot blame Trump for this. You have only one political party in the Senate, the House, and the executive, and all of media. They're almost every journalist is a good liberal Democrat. They'll downplay Hunter's emails, and social media algorithms won't let you talk about it 2 years ago. So hopefully Elon Musk changes that. But you have one political philosophy that is propped up by all of media, Hollywood, social media algorithms, and virtually the entire United States government. And like I said, gas prices have doubled under President Mashed Potato Brains. We have interest rates going up as we're heading into a recession with 2 quarters of negative GDP growth, because we'll have negative GDP growth this quarter. Consumer sentiment is in the toilet. Everyone knows we're heading into very dire, catastrophic economic times. Nobody even, like I tell my viewers all the time, it doesn't matter. There could be a depression with ICBMs flying above, and Democrats would say, at least Trump isn't tweeting. The entire planet could be engulfed with water and an ice age, it could be like, it doesn't matter. At least Trump isn't tweeting. So this is like the way Democrats think, the way morally superior liberals who are fantastic people, highly educated think, especially on social media. They were, oh my God, you've never seen more vicious people. Like, I hope this person, oh my goodness, suffers because they didn't listen to us. It's like, well, I'm not gonna say that because I don't want anyone to lose money. But people are going to lose money. People are going to lose money. A lot of money, unfortunately. I've been saying that if you were about to retire and you needed the money, and I started saying this in September of last year, you'd have no business being in the market. I was saying that in September of last year. And I'm not right about everything, but I did predict that Clinton would lose to Trump. And I said, I was spot on the stock market crash. I said they were going to have a stock market crash. Everything's going to tank. And we're seeing that right now. Now, I'm doing this pre-market, so I'm expecting a bad day. Is it possible that the market does the opposite of what I'm saying? Anything's possible. I don't think that would be the case. If you have Bitcoin, the crypto is like the canary in the coal mine. It's at 24,000, ladies and gentlemen. That is not good. Not good. Last time it was at 24,000 was what? Near December 18th, 2020. No, yeah. Yeah. So weird. And what did I say? I said everything is going to revert back to where the numbers were in 2019, 2020, and early 2020. So we got a long way to go. The Dow will get to way below 30,000. Way below 30,000. The S&P, let's see, we'll get below 3,000. The NASDAQ will get to, around 10,000. Around there. 10,500, at least 1,000 points lower, probably more than that. We're heading into a recession. Oil prices will probably break a record because there's no end in sight for this. There's no end in sight. So there's no end in sight for any of this. We have Mashed Potato Brains as president, and we have AOC, that's the driving force of the Democratic Party. One of the driving forces. She's fantastic, very, very awesome, extremely, extremely intelligent. And, the president has, what vision does he have? What vision does Biden have for this country? I don't know. You tell me. Economically. What do Democrats want to do? They just want to focus on Trump. One day. They still can't indict him. They can't indict him. They're not indicting him. They're not going to indict the man. They're not going to charge him with a crime, but he's a very bad person. Oh my God. Meanwhile, the economy is collapsing before our very eyes. And Democrats have a panel. This also isn't going to look very good. Stock market is crashing, and they have a panel on Trump 2 years after he left office. So, that's the Democratic Party. They stand for not Trump. That's it. Trump was a great president. You remove his tweets, he was a great president. Great economically and in terms of foreign policy. You remove, if you just had, like, if and his personality generally, like, is enjoyable to an extent for me. Like, sometimes he goes overboard, and I wish that he wouldn't go overboard. I wish that he wouldn't, engage in certain insults. Yeah, that I wish that he wouldn't do that. That he didn't do that. I don't think that was good for his legacy, and I think that overshadowed his accomplishments. But if you strip away the personality or the tweets, he was a great president. Compare his record in foreign policy and economic policy to this. Geopolitical nightmare abroad, economy collapsing. I mean, tell me what mashed potato brains Joe did that's good. I want to know. Anyway, hit subscribe to this channel right now. Again, I'm doing this segment prior to the market opening, and it's I'll get it. I'll go ahead and have this segment play before the market opens, but it doesn't look good today at all. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. I will have, of course, an update on this. I don't want anyone to lose money. I don't care if they're the most liberal ideologue, left-leaning person who can't stand Trump or dislikes my viewpoints. It's like, well, we didn't have this under Trump. We have this now under Mashed Potato Brains Joe. So give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe to this channel, the Stock Market Crash channel, and the Bitcoin Crash to 10,000 or lower channel. I've been spot on, ladies and gentlemen, on everything. And just tell your friends. Just word of mouth is the best thing you can do if you enjoy this channel, if you enjoy my work. Again, I will definitely do an update a bit later today. Thank you.